The trout are safe when I go fly fishing. And believe me, I've watched probably 100 YouTube videos. I went out and I bought 7 reels with good line on them. Some sink, some are neutrally buoyant, and some float. I got leaders, all kinds and sizes of leaders. I got all kind of weights of tippet. I've got indicators to find out if I got a strike or not. I've got ways to keep my flies dry if I'm doing that sort of thing. Of course, I got flies, and some of them are kind of weird looking, and some of them are for the bottom, and then some for the top. And I've even got a way to measure the big one, which I never caught. I got a way to get myself back if I get lost with a nice compass. I even have a GPS in case I get lucky. I know where to go again. Well, I don't go back there again because I'm not catching any trout. Despite all of what I've watched, I cannot catch a trout. Now, I could catch a trout with night crawlers because I can kind of read the water. I was told once that fish really want 3 things. Now, I don't know how much truth there is in it. This is from a student's perspective. I'm not an instructor, I'm not a guide. I'm giving you my perspective as a student. I was told a long time ago, and this really helped my fishing, by the way, that fish really want 3 things. They want food, they don't like standing out in the wind, so to speak, any more than you and I do, and they want oxygen. So if you can find some ripples upstream that they can kind of hang out in front of a rock or behind a rock or something, so they don't have to fight the current all day. They're just kind of hanging out there, breathing that good, fresh, ripply oxygen and waiting for a cheeseburger to go flying by. It's basically what it is. And they go grab it. Well, that works with night crawlers. Doesn't work so well with flies. So I've probably been told 20 or 30 times, you really got to hire a guide. But it's expensive. I can watch these videos for free. I don't need that.
That was a fish.
That was this way I go?
You should have pulled to the right, yeah.
Okay.
Yep. There he is, there he is. Pull to the right. That's where we make the mend, just like that. That's fish.
Well, I still can't catch trout, so I need something. Oh, it is.
You got one?
No. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, this was just yesterday that I did this. I hired a guide. I went with him, and I'm going to show you the mistakes that I was making. See, that's what the YouTube videos don't show you. They show you how to do it, but they don't show you how you're messing up. You're going to see me mess up. You're also going to see me catch and lose a lot of fish. Well, I didn't catch that many. I lost a lot. But it all ended up really well because I caught a 23-inch trout. That is my life's biggest trout. So all that money I just spent was worth it. Now, I don't know if the trout was worth that, especially when I let him go. It wasn't worth the hundreds of dollars that I paid for this. And I went up to Blue Ridge, Georgia to go fishing. And so I'm going to show you the mistakes and successes that I made in this video. Let's do it.
Yep. And when you go forward, you're going to have to just go fast.
Not fast enough.
Much faster. Back, 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 back. And up and over. Not bad, but even faster. Back, 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 back. Up and over fast. Okay? We want to shorten up our motion. So we want to be going 90 miles an hour for like 3 feet.
Okay.
You're going about 40 miles an hour for 7 feet.
Okay.
So a shorter motion, but faster. Short, fast motion coming forward. That's going to be a hit. You saw the bobber do something there? That looked like a little bump. We'll wait till they take it, see if they take it. All right. So bringing it back, maybe one little strip. Yep. Yep. You also want your hands to be together. Right? So your left hand is way back here. That's better. We want our hands together. Not like this or like that. Here. So we're here.
Is the camera going?
Yes.
Then I caught everything you said. Okay.
So hands are together. So slide that left hand up there, up the line a little bit. All right. Yep. Up and over, fast. So we lost our tension on the flies. Okay. You gotta, before you bring your rod tip forward, you have to bring it even further back than what you did right there. All right, so more. Now up and over high. Good. Where you point your rod at the end is where it's gonna go.
Okay.
So we want to see where the water's coming over. Like there's the fastest part of the current right there in the middle.
Yeah.
We want to be right on the edge of that.
Okay.
What I know, because I've floated down this, there's a ledge right there where the water's wavy. It drops off right there. It's probably 8 feet deep, whereas up there where the water's wavy, it's like 2 feet deep. So the fish sit right there, butted up against that ledge, and they stack up. Like, if there's one there, there's probably 30. Well, we got to get it out there too.
I'm still not far enough, am I?
No, you got to go another 15 feet. And more out, less up. See this dead tree over there on that bank? The hemlock. This right here, we got 2 deads.
Okay, yeah.
If you're aiming at that tree, instead of going over here, go there.
I'm still going too far that way.
Yeah. So you got to bring your rod back. Remember, it can only cast in a straight line, so bring it all the way back, like pointing it at this other dead tree behind you. That
Okay.
one,
Okay.
pointing it there, and then straight out and up and over. Bad, that got way more distance out that time.
Okay.
That'll be better. Looking good, a little bend, yep. Good. That's fine, plenty, yep. Bobber's steady. He goes under, we're coming high off the right side. There he is, high. That was low, but that's stick. I think it was a stick.
Yeah.
Gotcha. One more through here and then let's slide down.
Can you take that off?
Yep. There he is. Strip. Nice. Right, we got a net this time. Yep. That line should be under your finger right now. Your line, you got to quit pulling that knot inside your.
Yeah, I'm with you.
If it's a big fish, that's where they break off.
Okay.
Give it a jerk. Now it's out. Now that's where your rod tip should be pointed while you're stripping.
Okay.
Because the rod can only cast in a straight line, right? So we want it to land somewhere over here off the left.
Oh, okay, so I go opposite.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Yes. So if you start with the rod further back,
Okay.
you'll get it out there. Okay. One more time, a little further out. Beautiful. All right, line, grab the line, untangle it. Yep, it goes under the finger. Watch that bobber. Okay, good. Big old man to the right. Beautiful, all right, that's good. All right, if it goes under, pulling low and to the right. All right, start stripping. Pulling it back towards us, point your rod at that American flag. One more time, here we go. Okay, line's tight, strip, rod tip up a little bit this time. We're fishing close. If we can hold some of that line off the water, we'd like to. All right, that's good. Now give it some line. Yep, keep it going. So when you lift that rod, keep it going, lift it fast. You only got to move it 6 inches, the rod tip that is, but it needs to go like 90 miles an hour. That's it. That little hump you just threw, when you're throwing humps, you know you're doing it right. Yes. Because that means you're throwing the slack and not moving the bobber. Is it under?
Oh, it is.
You got one?
No.
Okay. Yeah, baby. Oh, that's a nice one. All right. No mend here. It's looking good. Go ahead and give it line. Faster. Yep, that's it. Those humps you're throwing, that's how you know you're doing it right. All right, move the rod to the right a little bit. Start stripping. We'll take a couple more steps up this way. Having fun yet?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Come on.
Here's what I'm thinking. We've had 2 or 3 drifts in a row where our bobber hasn't went down at all, right?
Right.
Probably means we're not deep enough. So before you cast this next time, we're going to move that bobber up a little bit. Strip fast here. Pulling the line in. Rod tip up. Rod tip up. More, up, up. All right, be ready. Okay, steady. It goes under, up with the rod. Pull. All right. Strip. Get it out of there. Put it over there again. Perfect. All right. Strip, rod tip up. Rod tip up. Yes. So when we're fishing close to us, we want to keep our rod tip angled up. All right. Now give it the line. But down up. Down up. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Yep. We don't want that bobber. That's better. Bobber's not moving. Looking good. Bobber's moving downstream, but not bouncing all over the place. So we do want the bobber to move, but we also don't want the bobber to move. There we go. All right. We're in it. Line's under the finger. Yep. A little more stripping. All right. Right here. That's where that fish ate it last time. Right there. And up go again. Next one, instead of going up with it, more out. Out in the middle of that current. That's it. All right. Now we want to give it a mend to the left. Up and over to the left. There you go. Now follow the bobber with the rod tip. Give the line down, up, down, up. Jiffy pop it. Looking good. Jiffy pop some more. All right, let's put it back over there out in the middle again. One more time. More out, less up. That's fine. All right, that's good. Okay, strip in here. Strip, strip, strip as it's coming to it. Keep that line tight. We want to be ready in case it goes under. The more slack we have, the more time they have to spin it. We don't go. Yeah, we do have a slack. There we go. Big old man to the left, up and over. Even more. Rip that rod way high when you make it. There you go. All right, now follow the bobber with the rod. Yep, jiffy pop a little.
So you're holding the tag end in your mouth?
Well, it's going between my fingers and my tongue, yeah.
Okay.
Like every time I turn, I put it in my mouth and pinch it while I move my hand to the other side of the standing line.
Oh, so you're using your lips as another finger pinch.
Essentially. All right, so what we're thinking here is putting it somewhere there.
Okay.
And trying to keep our line out of the water.
Okay.
Right? So that we don't have to mend, because it's going to be a hard mend here.
Okay.
So we want to keep our fly line out of that. So we can either do that by mending. If we can get our bobber deep enough into the current, then we can mend.
Okay.
But if we're just on the edge, right, like here,
yeah,
we're just going to have to hold our fly line up, keep our rod tip slightly downstream of our bobber.
Right.
When it gets about here, pick it up and go again. Oh, that's kind of funky. There you go. Little mend to the right, up and over. All right, we got to work on the mending motion.
Okay.
So when you make your mend, yep, pull to the right. Fish. Okay. When you make your mend, can I see the rod real quick?
Yep.
Hold the net, please. All right, so the mend, let's say we're out here. Right now, what I'm seeing for you is jerk. Jerk left, jerk right.
Right.
Not what we want. What we want is lift up, over, and down.
Okay.
So what I tell people is you are drawing an upside down U in the sky with the tip of the rod. So watch the tip of the rod, right? Horseshoe, upside down horseshoe.
Gotcha.
We got to lift the line off the water first, move it where we want it, and then lay it back down.
Okay.
Right? Because if we just do this, we're going to jerk the bobber.
Right.
And it's also jerking our flies.
Right.
So instead, the bobber never moved, right?
Okay.
So it's up, over, lay it back down.
Okay.
Yep. I'm going to put it back out there and then hand it to you. There you go. I'll do the up, over, and down to the right. There you go. Much better. The other thing about mending is, so how high you have to lift the rod on the up, over motion is dependent upon how much slack you have. So if you don't have a lot of slack between, the tip of the rod and the bobber, you don't have to lift it very far. If you have a ton of slack, you got to lift it a long way. Yep. Something there. Yep. I'll go back over there again, right in the middle of that current. One more time. More out, less up.
I'm going to try this one right here.
That's where you're getting the bites. That's smart.
That's hung up.
Bottom. I think that one's bottom.
All right.
There you go. Looking good. Jiffy pop it a little bit. So when you jiffy pop it, you want to start with your rod tip almost in the water.
Okay.
Right? So then your jiffy pop is like from the rod tip almost in the water to like the rod tip flat. If you're jiffy popping with your rod up here, you got much more of a likelihood that you're going to end up moving the bobber all over the place. We lift it low. The other reason why the jiffy pop works is because we put the line on the water. Lower the rod even. There you go. Pulled the wrong way. That was a fish.
That was this way I go?
You should have pulled to the right, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, downstream hook sets are hard, but if you pull this exact way that the bobber floated down to them, you're probably going to pull it out of the mouth. If you put it at an angle off to the right, we might get the corner of their cheek. There you go. Strip a little tighter. Good. Rod tip flat. There you go. Now jiffy pop a little. Yep. Lower rod. Start it. Put your rod tip almost in the water before you lift it. There you go. Much better.
Okay.
So we're trying to put that line on the water because it's surface tension, right? That fly line will stick to the water, and then when you lift it up, it pulls that line out. But if our rod tip's way up here, we have much less surface tension to pull on the line, the slack. All right, looking good. If it goes under, pulling to the right. Looks like something's playing with it. Is the knot stuck?
Yeah, that's all.
I got a trick for you. Hold on, let me show you the trick.
Okay.
Here's the trick. When your fly line is stuck on the inside of the rod,
right,
and you need to get it out,
right,
lower the rod, pull away low and fast, it'll yank it out.
right.
You know, they say if you're not hitting bottom about one out of every 5 drifts, then you're not deep enough.
Okay.
A little more to the right with the rod tip, perfect. So if it goes under, we're gonna pull to the right. Got a little dip there, that might have been a little bump. The faster, when you make that roll cast, the faster you move your rod, the further it's gonna go.
Okay.
Because you're trying to make that rod flex in a very short distance, right? A short stroke. So to do that, you have to move it fast and stop it abruptly. There you go, so back, 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 back. Nice, it's better. Want to try the egg rod?
Sure. What do you mean by the egg rod?
This rod that has the egg on it. The yellow egg.
Oh, okay.
Right, the other rod doesn't fly. Or I'll have them change rods. Oh, to the right, it goes under.
I did see I was a little late.
Yep, might have been a little nibble. Now you gotta catch them while it's under. It pops back up, they generally already let go. Let's send it more out, less up. You go again, just bring it back, 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 back from right there. So when you're bringing it back, you want to let the slack come out of it. What I mean by that is, so pull the rod, but we want the bobber to stay put. So we want slack to come out of the rod. That's a fish, isn't it?
It was.
Yep. Never mind, don't cast out there. Just cast right here. There they are, all right. So if it goes under this time, we're coming off the right side, but high. Not low, up and off the right side. Give it a little slack, jiffy pop. All right. Okay, leave the bobber where it is, pull the rod. We want that, pull the rod quick to the right and low. We want slack to come out of the rod tip. Like we're only casting the amount of line that we have out of the rod, right?
So what am I?
We want more line out of the rod. I'll show you.
Okay.
Coming to your right here. All right, here's what we're talking about. So, right now we're casting every bit of this line, right?
Right.
It's just not enough. We need more. So how do we get more out? Well,
yeah. Right.
You see that?
Yeah.
So when we pull this rod that way, then we'll let go of the line. We want all this slack to go out, which it will if we pull it quick.
Right.
Now we have way more line out here.
Right.
Right? So now when we bring this rod back, we send it all out there, right? So if we need more out, we let go of the line, pull.
Okay, now just cast how you normally would.
We have to have some tension first, but we bring it back. We're coming here, 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 here. Look how far back that rod is.
Yeah.
It's almost flat. We're doing a Atlanta Braves tomahawk chop. Right here, there.
All right.
A little mend, lines here. Letting it drift nice. Free. There you go. That's good. Yep.
Come on.
Bobber steady. No, don't overmend it. It was good the way it was. Because look at what your fly line's doing. I mean, we want it to be a little bit in front of the bobber.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a little bit. So here's a good way to know if you need to mend. Look at the bobber and then look at the bubbles around the bobber. If the bobber is moving the same speed and direction as the bubbles,
We're
you
good.
need to mend. When the bobber starts going either faster or slower than the bubbles, then a mend is in order. But right now, it's fine. I would rather you not mend here and the bobber stay steady than mend and move the bobber. You move the bobber, you move the flies. Generally, the fish don't want the flies to be moving. They want the flies to look natural. All right, I give it some line here. Lift that rod up quick. Yep. Start with it low. Start with the rod tip almost in the water. Even lower. Lift 6 inches. That was 6 feet. That's it. That's the motion. Just quick. Just like that, but quick. There you go. All right, that's the end of it. I would trip. Let's slide down here a little bit. Maybe further down. When it gets right in here, that's where we make the mend. Just like that. That's fish. There we go. Alright. I'm gonna take this. Hold them up with the GoPro.
Okay, all right.
Goes under, pull to the right. Move your rod off the right a little more. To the right. There you go. Give it more line. We got to give it line faster. See how your bobber's got a wake around it? That's because you're giving line slightly too slow. Another bend, up and over, more. That's the mend right there. All right, now give it the line. More. One quick motion up. Straight up. Not away. There you go. Better. 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 If it goes under, pull to the right. Give it more line. So here's what happened that time. Do you know?
Too much slack.
You let go of your line in midair.
Oh.
The motion was good, but the slack, you know, that's it right there. Big mend right now. Bigger mend. Sort of. You let go of your line in the middle of your mend. So instead of moving the line, you just move the rod. Now make your mend. There you go. Keep it going. Yep. Yep. All right, if it goes under, pull to the right. That's where they're at. There you go, that's fine. Let's fish that one. Big man, bigger man. There you go. So here's what I'll say. Before you make your man, you got to get your slack tight. All right, bring your rod back towards me. Rod tip towards me. There you go. Not yet. Now follow the bobber with the rod and give it slack. If it goes under, pull to the right. Give it slack. You got to move the rod more. You got to start with the rod tip low, lift it up. That's it. Those humps, remember the humps?
Yeah.
We like the humps. All right, that's as far as we want to fish with it. Start bringing it back towards us. Let's cast it again. While you're bringing it back towards us, we want our rod pointed to the right. Here we go, a little more to the right. A little more. All right, now up and over into the spot. Good. Give me a strip and then a mend. When you make your mend, that line's got to be pinched because you threw slack out. Another mend. There we go, sort of. Sort of. There we go, perfect. Not really.
I caught that.
Yeah, I love it. I hate it. Trying to stay positive.
So I don't like that the bobber's moving every time I do that.
Yeah, you gotta lift. Let me come grab your arm and show you how it should feel. Keep it right there for a second. Come behind you. Around the rock. Here's one of the bobbers moving. Here's what you're doing. The motion is really slow and short. Here's what you need to do. Let go of this. And then down, up. Pull, down, up. Pull, down, up.
Okay.
Right? If you're almost, the rod tip should almost go in the water, and then you're lifting it super fast, but like 1 foot.
Okay.
Because what has to happen here, let me show you why it has to happen. What has to happen, this line, see where it's leaving the rod tip and it's hanging in the air?
Yeah.
You got to put it in contact with the water, because the water is what's going to pull the line out, the slack.
Okay.
This line sticks on the water a little bit,
Right, yeah,
right?
surface tension.
Yeah. So we want to put as much of that fly line in contact with the water before we lift up.
That was
good
terrible.
motion, just had way too much line. That's all right. Make that big man to the left here. That's the one. All right. If it goes under, pull to the right. Lift the rod tip up a little bit. There you go. Give it that line. There he is. Up. You were in the right direction. Well, up. Up and to the right. I think put it back out there. There may only be one fish and he's sitting right there. That's nice. Big man to the left. That's a good one. Still could be better. There he is. Okay. Up.
Okay. So what I do is up like this?
Yes.
45-degree angle?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. If we only pull low and to the right, we got the right. It is to the right, but we want to put it in the top of their mouth, right? If we're pulling to the right, I think it's coming out the side of the mouth. There's a good man. Line's under the finger. Goes under. We're lifting straight up off the right side. Quick but not hard. All right, rod tip to the left a little bit. There, give it the line. When you lift it up, lift it faster. And start with it super low. Then up. That's it. Then back low again. Yes.
I got all this slack.
Yeah, I would put it back on the reel, because what's happening? The current's pulling on it.
It's fighting me.
Yeah, it's making a problem. I just put it back on the reel. I don't think we need that much. That's my bad. When I was trying to show you, I kept pulling line off the reel.
Well, this is why watching YouTube doesn't do it.
No.
Because it doesn't correct you what you're doing wrong.
Correct. And it's usually guys that know what they're doing it, and they don't explain the little things, right, that they've already figured out. Oh, I think I'm pretty valuable.
Yeah.
I'd say I'm worth it.
Well, I've been told that by a lot of people. They say the only way you're really going to learn is get a guide.
Fish with a guide, yeah. Yep, up. I don't know, I mean, it could be bottom, could be a fish, but it's got to be up.
Just get a cattle prod and just hit me with it.
Keep her moving here. Keep her going. Yeah, we'll start with that rod low, and then lift it up 2 feet fast. I think we slide up a little. I think the fish that were there gave you 4 or 5 shots. They're not going to do it at 6 or 7. Wanting to put this out there in the middle of the river, middle of the creek.
Right.
The men's always going to be to the right, just a little one. And then we're keeping our line pretty tight, walking with it, right?
Okay.
And then as your line...
Oh, I see it.
Yep. As your line starts getting upstream like that, you got to straighten it back out. And the hook sets are always going to be off the right side. So my line's starting to go back here, right? So we got to lift it up and over and put it back down there to keep that bobber moving the same speed and direction as the current.
Okay.
All right, so now the line's doing the same thing. The bobber would stop moving here if I don't do anything. We got to put it back down there.
Look at.
Yeah, there's some giants in here. Not some, there are a lot of giants in here. So then we would walk back up here to the top of it.
You have some hits there.
Yep, that was a bump. Put it back out there. Make them in. Keep the line tight. Walk him to the right with it. You keep your rod off the right side of that bobber. Go ahead and make your mend to the right. Up and over to the right. There he is. Pull to the right. Pull. You need to get that line under your finger. We want to pick it up and go put it back upstream. Bring it to it. Point your rod to the right. There you go. Keep stripping until the bobber starts moving. Keep coming, keep coming, keep coming.
Got one. Big one, big one.
Got one.
Big one.
Alright, that line needs to get out of your fingers. Yep, keep the rod tip up back where it is off that right side.
Is my recorder going? Is my recorder going?
It's on.
Okay.
Alright, so when he runs hard, let him run. He's not giant. He's one of the smaller ones in this creek. Yep. Start reeling this right here. Keep that pinch, reel your slack up. Keep the rod back while you're moving. Go ahead and give it a strip.
Hang on,
At us. Yep.
I'm gonna lose him if I'm not careful.
Keep the rod back. Rod back. Up. It should always be bent. Alright, I'm coming under you. Doing what you're doing. That rod should always be bent. Now start reeling again.
I'm just gonna.
Okay, just strip it. We'll work on it later. Keep coming. Alright, that's the end of our fly line. Now you're gonna have to drag him towards you. Pull that rod. When he runs, let him run. When he takes a break, regain that line. Strip, strip.
He's still fighting me. I'm letting him
I don't
take
see
it.
his head. Okay, there he goes. Now, we want to get him on the reel. Alright?
I got a bunch of line though.
Rod back. Right. Couple strips.
Oh, lost him.
Yeah. Alright, so if we get a fish on, right, and I say we want to get him on the reel,
Right.
you got that part, right?
Yeah.
Keeping it, but we want to always keep that rod bent. So while we're reeling, if he runs towards us, stop reeling, get a couple strips to get tight to him again, right? And whenever he's kind of holding put again, get him back on the reel, so that eventually the reel is going to be much more smooth than our
Right.
finger.
Right.
Like that one, it was decent. That's probably about the smallest ones they have in here though.
Okay.
Like most of them are giant, and so you know,
Okay.
if we try to strip in the really big ones, they're gonna break us. We
Okay.
got to get them on the reel.
Okay.
So other than that, I mean, not bad.
Okay.
There you go. The hook one. So I like to roll cast because less tangles, less trees. If you only make one motion, the chances of it going in a tree are reduced.
Right.
If you're making 1, 2, 3, 4, eventually it's going to hit the tree, right? Rod steady, left hand the only one that's moving. Yep, sitting in. Get that line over there in the current. There you go. Point your rod to the right, and up. There you go. There he is. Okay, that was much better. Feel anything there?
Yeah, yeah.
That was the fish?
Yeah.
It's good. Just half a second.
I'm not in the current.
That's all right. I would rather you leave it there and strip it back to us than do another cast, right? And every cast, we're spooking them a little, right? So we got to make them count, up and over. Yep. We're mending all 90% of the line, but if you only mend 90% of the line, you might as well not mend it all, right? Because if there's still 10% of the line right next to the bobber that's behind the bobber, it makes it matters. All right, I think go again, back up there. I think the reason why your mends they're not always getting done is start a strip right here. As soon as it lands, give it a strip to get tight, then mend. Now you can mend. Up, higher, yes. I would rather it move the bobber and it actually fix the drift than you make the mend and it not move the bobber, but the mend sucks. Is that a fish?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we don't want to move the bobber on the mend, but if it's the right mend and it moves the bobber, that's good. What we don't like is if the mend never fixes it. Yes, up, up, up.
I went sideways
Went
again.
sideways. Up. So when we're fishing straight upstream, it's just straight up, right? If we're standing here and we're casting across stream, it is kind of angled low. But I mean, they're facing up, right? So straight upstream. So if we just pull straight back, we're gonna get them at the top of the mouth. Grab it here. So when you get ready to make this cast, we want it to go up. We want to get our bobber in the exact opposite direction.
Right.
Flop it back there.
Okay.
And then flop it up there.
Okay.
All right, one motion. Flop it here, directly behind it. Flop it there, back where it needs to be, right there. We want to keep as much of that line off the water, especially close to us right here. All right. Yep. Up if it goes under. A little tighter, a little bit of a trip. All right, big man to the right. Hold on to the slack when you make the man. All right, go again with the man to the right. You're letting loose your slack. You know what I mean? Like when you go here, when you make that min, you gotta pinch this line.
Okay.
Otherwise you're throwing slack into the min.
Oh, okay.
All right, so loose grip on this. So here's the motion. We're going over, back, over, back. That pulls the line out. Now it's floating good. We're gonna give it a minute. Up, no. So it's up, over.
Hang on, I might have something there.
Yep.
Hang on, something
I
was...
see. Yep. Yep, let him shake. Yep.
I am.
Keep the rod low, low, low. When he starts to shake, lower the rod and keep it off to the side. We don't want his head to come up until we're ready to net him. If his head comes up and he shakes, that's when his hook comes out. All right? Start pulling that rod back. Like low and off the right side. Here we go.
He's pulling pretty hard.
Pull.
Pulling pretty hard.
Can't even see him, yep. All right, lower the rod. If his head comes up and it's that far away, lower the rod so that we can try to get him to go back under the water. You had a better knot. All right, keep him right there. I'm going to come down there.
He does. He's still got some juice. Okay, coming towards you. And he's got some juice. Now that's a trout.
That's a trout.
I gotta wet my hands, right?
Yeah. Rest your rod in the stream. Get his tail out towards me. There we go. It's on. Alright, so here we go. So we're here. We got this line under our finger. Just gonna lift the line up using this left hand. Grab it with slack, right? Get that hook oriented. Pop it on there. Then the rod goes back flat. If the rod's vertical, the line will wrap around it a million times.
Oh, good. Okay.
So then we put a slight bend in it.
Okay.
Want me to do it or do you want to do it?
Okay.
Yep. Rod's out. Rod goes flat. Yep. Oh, yeah. This is a brand new fly line I put on last night, by the way. You're going to be the first person to cast it.
Okay.
I'm kind of jealous. I really want to cast it.
If you were paid $10 a trout, no matter the size,
Right.
would you use a night crawler or flies? I'm saying for you personally, I'm going to pay you $10 for every one you bring in.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm fishing or you're fishing?
You're fishing.
I'd use a night crawler.